That house, yeah.
that they got last time
Yeah.
as well.
Yes, you were there, right?
I wasn't there, but I heard about it.
Okay.
Okay.
We rented it again because we liked it so much.
Now I'm looking forward to it. What time?
Six. Huh? Yeah.
I think so.
All right.
All right.
I'll let you intro and do all that.
Yeah. You start. It's your show.
That's how much. All right, guys. So we are here with Shakif with Atomos. Tell us about all the new cool things you guys got going on.
We've got 2 new products that we've just launched. One being the Ninja Phone, which is pretty exciting. You know, if you guys have known about the Ninja for a while, it's essentially the same thing, but this time using your iPhone that's sitting in your pocket, right? So it's the iPhone 15 Pro, the Pro Max. You put this case on, and then you put this attachment piece on the back, and it turns into a Ninja Phone. And essentially, you can connect any HDMI camera into it directly, and it cross-converts the HDMI signal into a USB-C that goes straight into the phone, and you can record ProRes and H.265 in 10-bit directly into your phone.
That's awesome, especially for like social media content, quick delivery. I love the fact that it's a phone case and it's very slim. And that device that you're talking about, which I don't even know what you would call it, but the device it attaches to,
That's right.
It's very small and minimal.
Yeah.
So when you look at the whole entire package, it's really meant for run and gun, quick delivery, kind of events like where we are right now.
Absolutely. Like, the whole purpose of designing the Ninja Phone was so that you don't have to use a computer anymore.
Yeah.
You shoot directly into your phone, you edit within your phone, and you just get it out of your phone as well, straight to the cloud. And the beauty of using a Ninja Phone is that because Apple's got that great infrastructure of network, you've got 5G connection, Wi-Fi 6E, so you've got all those speeds, right? And you've already got a SIM card in there with all that amazing internet speed in
I
your
didn't know
phone.
you have a SIM card. That's new. I didn't even know that.
Well, you're using your phone, right?
Oh, that I got you.
Of course.
Right.
I'm guessing over here it's
Right.
cardless SIM, is that right?
Yeah, it's eSIM.
eSIM.
Yeah,
eSIM.
Yeah.
So you can also do like H.265 uploading directly to Frame.io and do camera to cloud sort of proxy workflow if you wanted to.
You know what I love? I love that you still get all the tools that you would need whenever you're trying to film stuff. For example, you get stuff like anamorphic desqueeze. If you can even use anamorphic lenses,
right.
you get like all the tools like
Focus peaking,
right.
vector scopes,
Right.
aspect ratio overlays. Yeah, it's really meant for people who want to like just get on TikTok, Instagram, use a nice fancy camera, yeah?
Right.
They're like, look, I know how to use the phone. It's pretty easy, it's
Right.
straightforward, but I want a better camera.
Right.
So you get, you know, your FX3 or your Sony A7S or even a 5D Mark II
Yeah.
because you want to use that lens,
Right.
get that depth of field. And then you attach a Ninja Phone and you're right there on the cloud looking pro.
Right.
And then the next product we've got is the Sun Dragon, which is a whole new market segment we've just entered. We've entered the lighting space. Well, Jeremy says it. The reason why we got into it is because, you know, we've got like this long-standing history and knowledge of LED technology because we use them in our panels.
Makes sense.
And it made sense to use that knowledge in light. So if you look at our new lighting strips called the Sun Dragon, they're these LED strips that have high density on them that avoids things like micro shadows. So if you look at a traditional light strip, there's a light, then there's a gap, there's a light, then there's a gap. And if you look at the image of anything that's been illuminated, there's going to be a fair bit of micro shadows. We eliminate that. And our tube, our strip is about 5 meters long, 2,000 lumens.
Okay.
And, you know, first time when I heard about these lights, I wasn't too sure. I was like, we've never done lights before.
Right.
And, you know, we literally launched the product, you know, in the span of 2-3 weeks. I had to make a video less than a day.
Wow.
We got it done, and I saw the product for the first time, and we fired it up, and I was like, oh, wow, this is good. The color is amazing. It's got CRI 98,
Great.
IP68, waterproof, weatherproof. You know, it's built like a tank.
So I'm going to be honest. I have not seen it yet.
Yeah.
So I do have questions.
Yeah, go for it.
Is there any app control? So okay, great.
Absolutely. It's one of those wild ones where you can not only control it from your phone, You can not only control it from a DMX controller, wired or wirelessly,
Awesome.
but you can actually control it from your phone and from your Ninja
Sick.
directly. So that, when you're looking at your Ninja screen and you've got the false color tool turned on, you could be sliding those lights down and seeing all of that
That's
in live
awesome.
time.
What about for like live production? Are you going to be able to get the feed from the camera, especially because you guys integrate so much with your like Atomos products? Will you be able to get the image and almost mimic that image onto the lights to be able to replicate stuff like that? Is that something that is available or
Yeah.
coming, or did I just give you an idea?
I mean, it's a bit of both. Hey, could be coming, bit of idea. Well, here's the thing. At the moment, they work like linear lights.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
okay.
one color flat of whatever you want
Understood.
it to be.
Okay.
And I know at the moment we're working on trying to section that up.
That would be nice because especially given the quality and just how small and compact they are.
Yeah.
Remember, virtual production is like really big now. So
Yeah.
being able to mount those lights, let's say interior of a car, and be able to
That's right.
have the shadows and reflections, like
Absolutely.
so all that stuff
Absolutely.
is
like
is great.
right now it's so flexible. You can literally wedge it into any corner.
Yeah.
If you look at our booth, we got a motorbike just literally wrapped.
I briefly saw it. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to actually play with it or
Yeah.
learn more about it. I did see the bike, and I was like, "Whoa, that looks interesting."
Yeah.
Very bright. Too.
Yeah, very bright.
Right.
So that one over there, what you're looking at, is about 80% brightness.
Oh my gosh.
You still got a little bit of 20 left in there.
It's like Tron, like
It
the
is.
motorcycle.
It
It's
is.
like, yeah.
So talking about Tron, it is full RGB WA spectrum.
Sick.
You got, near perfect daylight color.
Hey, I might just put this in my Cybertruck and run.
I'm telling you. When I saw that, I was like, maybe I should wrap mine, because I ride a motorbike too.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm like, maybe I should wrap my bike with this
I'm
light.
not going to use it for filmmaking. I'm just going to use it for my vehicle.
And I'd be so bright anyone would see me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But those two are essentially like the two main products that we've introduced this year. But aside from that, I got to give a big, massive shout to our team for bringing in OS 11 onto the Ninja 5 and the 5 Plus.
Nice.
I think that new operating system, I worked on that, and like we worked on it all together to try and make this to be like this clean, beautiful operating system. Everything's been optimized, the icon's been refreshed. It is a reskin for sure, but introducing things like RE false color standard,
Sick.
EL zone false color standard.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just trying to bring more tools that people in the industry who are using higher end devices that can also come into our workflow and be like, hey, I'm familiar with this tool.
Right. The EL zone is like a cheat code, man, for exposure. I mean,
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is
It's
amazing.
amazing.
And that's one thing I will say. Using your guys' products, and I've been using them for so many years.
Yeah.
The user interface is so intuitive. In fact, even on the Ninja phone, a little spoiler, I'm actually making a video of like top 5 things that I saw here at NAB, and the Ninja phone's actually one of them.
Yeah.
And one thing I did say in that video, again, a little spoiler, is just how intuitive the user interface. I love when you like hold it down and it brings up the menu. It feels like something that you've already used in the past and you're familiar with, as opposed to using something where it's like, how do I do this?
That's right.
And even like when there's certain tools that you may not use, like you can make them disappear, like turn them off.
That's
I
right.
don't use that. So again, very intuitive, and I give you guys kudos for that, because oftentimes when you're filming or you're on set, or even if you're using somebody else's camera, and if you're familiar with the tools that you already have, it just makes the workflow much easier.
Absolutely. I think there is a massive gap between, your people that are using a camera just to shoot social media content every day. They didn't go to film school. It's all videography. You learn by doing your research on YouTube, right? You pick a camera and you start shooting. And for them, that audience is massive, and they're like, hey, I don't want anything too complicated. I just want to get shooting. And at Atomos we have this line that we say, you focus on the art while we focus on the tech. And the Ninja phone is a true trump to that statement.
It's awesome. Now, I do have questions on the Ninja phone. Will there be future, and I don't know if you're even able to answer this or not, SDI instead of HDMI? Will there be a future possible update? Because, somebody might want to use a camera. Like, there's cameras now that don't have an HDMI output. They only have SDI. Is there possible.
I don't see the reason why not. If we
Okay.
can get, HDMI in, cross convert that to USB-C,
Right.
and pack and ProRes and an H.26 file directly into the iPhone, I mean, it's just a matter of swapping out the cable.
Right, that's-
And you know what I mean?
I mean, it sounds simple because I know you guys offer different types of, like for example, the Shinobi, I think it was.
Yeah.
There was an SDI version of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that there is a version. Also, too, I noticed that not all the features of the Ninja 5 are in the Ninja phone.
Not
I did
yet.
talk to, I was gonna say, I did talk to somebody and they said, oh, those are eventually coming. We
That's
are
right.
planning, which is exciting because. Again, we want all the features that you guys. We love your product, so it's like give us everything on that Ninja phone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Because like the device that we have at the moment is still a prototype.
Gotcha.
The operating system is still pretty fresh, and we're
Which-
still working on it.
And it works amazing, by the way.
Yeah, it's very limited with what we've got at the moment, but that's not to say that the development team from the software side are not capable of building it. They have worked so hard on bringing this together, and we're listening to people.
Right.
All the suggestions, like yourself as well, people being like, can we record this externally? Can we do 4K? Can we get a loop out signal?
You're answering all the questions I was about to ask you right now. So you're hearing them.
We're hearing all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And, that's the beauty about coming into these trade shows and, introducing a product before we've actually released it, is that we get a chance to listen to feedback and put that into the last bit of, the product development cycle and then bring it out. So, yeah, we'll be shipping it out in June. And it's going to be an exciting time. Both the Sun Dragon and the Ninja phone will be out in June.
One thing I will say, because I've had the Ninja 5, and don't quote me because I don't know exactly. I feel like it's been 5 years since it came out.
It's actually been that long.
What's
yes.
incredible about the Ninja 5 that even today still gets software updates,
Yeah.
which is very rare for a product.
Yeah.
Usually companies, after 2-3 years, they drop them, and
Yeah.
that's it. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get software updates.
Yeah.
And the fact that my Ninja 5, even today, is getting software updates.
That's right.
Like, it's very promising to a new, like the Ninja phone, that it's brand new, and it's like, this can go way further. We're just scratching the surface.
That's with the Ninja, right? That is our bread and butter product. Both from a throughput point of view, technical innovation point of view, and our personal favorite. You know what I mean? When the Ninja 5 was built 5 years ago, they thought of all the possible extensions that could come in the future, and they built that hardware with that architecture. The Ninja 5 can turn into what, like a switching device with the cast module. It can turn into
The camera to cloud module, which I have. Yeah.
Which is like amazing.
And the fact that you guys had that in mind 5 or however long it's been since the Ninja 5 came out, like, that's incredible that you guys saw ahead, like, we want to be able to expand and make this product modular.
Absolutely.
So that we can keep supporting it
Yeah.
and not just come out with something new. Now, I know you guys came out with the Ninja 5 Plus.
Yeah.
But that's understandable because there's also going to be hardware limitations where it's like, okay, as much as we want to future-proof a product, like, we just can't record 8K because at
Just
the
yet,
time,
yes.
there was nothing going on with 8K. I mean, 5 years ago, there wasn't really, like...
4K was a thing.
Right. So that's understandable. And obviously that's, acceptable.
Yeah.
But the fact that you guys were always thinking ahead and making sure, like, hey, how can we make this product last for the longest time?
That's right.
I mean, as a consumer, it makes me happy because, like, Atomos is a company that I would support all
Yeah,
the time because it's like,
thank you.
I know that I'm not going to spend my money, and it's like, you hear this a lot with cameras.
Yeah.
I get people all the times, should I buy the FX3 because it's been out like 3 years or 4 years, and it's like, is a new one coming? I'm like, look, dude, I don't know if a new one's coming, and I don't want to, like, when you buy a product, you don't want to feel like
It's aging.
is it now a good time to buy? It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you can buy their products because they're always updating them.
That's right. And I think another thing is important in that same note is, like, sometimes you don't have to really wait for the latest and the greatest. And I always say this every time when I come on this show. Obviously I'm from Atomos and I'm advocating to get the latest and the greatest. At the end of the day, I think, does the tool work?
Yeah.
Our Shogun Infernos are still out there in rental houses doing the rounds. And, they're built like tanks. And, obviously with the newer products, we've brought in, newer operating systems. And, they feel relevant and future-proofed. And, we hope to continue doing that.
The other
With the
thing,
Ninja phone, sorry. With the Ninja phone, for example, at the moment it's limited to 1080p 60.
right,
That's not to say that we can't bring 4K.
right.
You know what I mean? At the moment, we are recording directly into the phone. But that's not to say that the iPhone does not have the functionality of recording externally.
Right.
We're just trying to bring the product first, introduce it, learn from others, see what the case studies are, and keep improving that on.
Right.
But for a first Ninja phone, I think it's a pretty cool device.
Well, then also too the price point. I feel like you guys have always been like this is a really good price. Especially again, I keep referring back to the Ninja 5 because I feel like that's been such a successful product in your lineup.
Yeah.
But the Ninja 5, even at its first when it was announced, the price point was like this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And that continues to follow through with all your products. It's like this is a really great price for what you're getting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, I have to stress on this: the continued support is very, very important.
Yeah, I think also with working with all the new cameras that are coming out with ProRes RAW support, it's just mental. To think that Hollywood movie The Creator was shot on an FX3 with a Ninja 5 with a ProRes RAW, it's just mental.
It's incredible. By the way, we will have the DP of The Creator. He will
Oren.
be here, he's going to be here, and I think 1:30. So if you guys are catching this live, tune in at 1:30. He's going to be here, so it's just awesome.
Yeah. He actually was at our booth, I heard, and he was actually stoked about the Ninja phone. So I'm curious to hear what he thinks about the Ninja
Yeah,
phone.
right? We should ask him.
We should ask
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
would you shoot the next movie on your Ninja phone?
There you go.
1080.
There you go. And then the whole debate about 1080 is just going
And
to go.
everyone's going to go from 8K to 1080
Yeah.
because they did it.
That's great. It's just going to make our workflow much better because you know what? I can't afford storage anymore. It's getting pricey.
No,
Yeah.
and it is. SSDs are becoming very expensive these days.
I just love the fact that you can actually technically edit 1080 from the cloud. Like, it's doable. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
The bandwidth is there.
Yeah.
When you start pushing beyond, 1080p, meaning 4K and stuff, it's too much.
Overkill.
It
A
is.
ProRes export of a 4K file to upload is just sometimes a nightmare.
And let's be honest, 90%, I would even say 95 or even more percent of what we are all doing here with web delivery stuff,
It's 1080.
it's overkill. Unless you're actually shooting a motion picture film.
That's right.
Or a commercial or something like that. I mean, this is all overkill stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love tech, and I'm
we
happy
all
to,
do.
Yeah, but it's like we sometimes overkill each other for to get the best.
That's right.
But,
I think with the Ninja phone starting at 1080, it's like, guys,
yeah.
figure this out first. This is going to be enough for you, and then we can take you all to the next level.
Well, funny enough, I have a lot of problems uploading to Instagram in 4K. That
Yeah.
every time I export, guess what? 1080p.
That's right.
Because I have so many problems.
And
Yeah.
and sometimes when you export bigger files like ProRes Photo 2, and when it hits Instagram and they go on internal compression, done.
Yeah, it looks worse
It will look
than
worse.
a 1080p.
Yeah. Sometimes 1080p H.265 is the way to go.
And at the end of the day, guys, you still have your master file on the camera.
That's right.
That's it. So
That's it.
you could do a proxy. You could do a. I mean, it's
It's
not
a
like
win-win.
you're limited.
It's a
Yeah.
win-win.
Yeah.
You get to have the nice copy for your next film submission, while on socials you've got
Yeah.
the compressed version.
Exactly, 100%.
Nah.
Well, that's amazing. But Shaki, that was amazing talking to you. Guys, if you're here at NAB, make sure you check out their booth. They're also part of our Creator Quest, so make sure you scan, get points, earn rewards. Is there anything else you want to say, brother?
All I can say is it's been a great NAB show.
Yeah.
It's been really nice to see all our friends, doing great. And, feels good to be back. It feels like, post-COVID,
Yes.
everyone's normal. Everyone's feeling good. Nah, it's been a great show, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.